Hello and welcome. My name is Gail Moffat, and today is Tuesday, is when we bring forward Saint Sebastian. Or I don't bring him forward, he chooses to come forward. And he, as I've explained before, if you have listened to these videos before, you will know that he is somebody that is extremely experienced about all health matters and has lived many lives, that has actually developed his knowledge about all sorts of health matters. And I feel really excited to be working with him because his knowledge is quite extraordinary. And so here goes. Let's see what. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you wish to always be informed about what he is saying, or indeed what God says on Thursdays and Sundays. So those are my 3 days: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So. Right, without further ado, let's go to Saint Sebastian. He says that it always excites him to be able to come forward and speak his words, because he feels that he has reached a point in his, and he's using the word career, he says that he's reached a point in his career where he feels that it is essential that he now talks about his knowledge and shares his knowledge and looks to help as many people as he possibly can with enlightenment to how they can help themselves move forward in a healthy way. Today, he feels that the most important aspect of his work is actually education. And this is why he is choosing to work with, he says, this is why I'm choosing to work with Gail, because I feel that she is in a unique position where she will be able to spread the word to as many people as she possibly can. The work that I wish to talk about today is something that I feel is dear to my heart, and he says I also feel that many people will also enjoy my talk, because he feels that it is an aspect of health that many people have difficulties with. And he wishes to talk about the very he wishes to talk about how to implement a stronger immune system to fight off ailments. And he says that with many people, they look to have a healthy diet. And he would like to talk about exactly what constitutes a healthy diet, because he has observed people state that they eat a healthy diet, and he considers that there are some improvements that could possibly have been made. The aspect of a healthy diet that he feels is important is that he says that there must be something green on your plate, whether that be cabbage or greens or broccoli or anything that is green, and then he's looking at carrots as well and saying that the orange coloured vegetables are also important. He says that if we have a combination of the red, the orange and the purple and the green, then we will complete most of the vitamins and minerals that are available for our health. And he feels that our lives should be about, when we are choosing what we want to eat, should be about thinking about how much food can we eat to maximize the health and the nutrients that are absorbed from this food. Secondly, he says that for many people, they choose not to eat certain things, like they may be a vegan, or they may be a pescatarian, or they may be don't eat meat. And he would like to say that for some people, because of their exclusions, they perhaps are excluding either oily fish or nuts and seeds. And he says that these items are vital for your health, because what they include is a substance that's known as omega-3, and it converts to many healthy anti-inflammatory markers. And he feels that if we were to have 1 to 2 portions of fish per week, he feels that that would alleviate a lot of the inflammation that we may have in our in our bodies. And he says that for many people, he sees that as people age, they struggle with their knees and their wrists and their fingers with arthritis. And he says that some of the pain that is occurred through this comes from inflammation, and by having this in your diet, it can reduce the inflammation. And he feels this is vital for having a more sort of healthier life. The next thing that he wants to say is that many people are confused as to whether they should have eggs or whether they should have fish or meat or whatever that food is, that is a protein. And he says that if you have a diet that is variable across all the ranges, then you will be assured of getting all the nutrients. The moment you take one out, then you have to replace in another direction, and you have to observe some of the nutrients that are now that now have been reduced. And he would always recommend that you investigate how you are reducing your nutrients from omitting a certain item out of your diet. For those people that have made a decision to be vegan, he says that probably one of the most important aspects to your diet is in fact having a diet that is rich in legumes but also grains. And he feels that by combining those two together, you will actually increase your protein levels and be able to assure yourself of having all the necessary protein that you require. For some people, when they take on a vegetarian lifestyle, many people will choose things like dairy as a source of protein. But he would always urge someone to also include the legumes and the grains, because without those in the diet and just solely relying on dairy, you will find that you will struggle to have the right levels of protein in your body. He also feels that for those people that are have health issues or have heart disease or in particular, or diabetes or mental health, he feels that some of those conditions could actually be alleviated and be taken away just by improving your diet and considering some of the recommendations that I've had. But most importantly, your immune system will be strengthened, and having a strong immune system, he says, is vital to fight off this current illness that we are struggling with in our world. Many people supplement vitamin D, and he feels that whilst this is a good thing to do for some people, he says that if you experience just 30 minutes a day outside, you will not need any extra vitamin D, and your levels will be sufficient enough. But he also recommends, when having fish, if you're a fish eater, that some of the oily fish will also include vitamin D, and also eggs, he's saying as well. And he says that so you can get small amounts from food, but having that outside impact from sun is probably the main source for obtaining vitamin D. He says vitamin D not only improves the immune system and helps fight disease, but it also helps assist with the calcium and the bones, and getting the calcium into the bones. And he feels that by having as much vitamin D as just half an hour in the sun, or some of those foods, he feels that you can slow down the process of anybody that is suffering from osteoporosis or osteopenia. He wants to thank you for watching this video, and he says that he has certainly enjoyed discussing nutrients, and he says that he knows that Gail always enjoys this, because he says that he is aware of her degree that she has obtained in this subject matter. But he feels that we share a common ground, and he enjoys discussing aspects of nutrition that Gail is aware of. He's thanking you for watching, and he wishes to pray. It is my greatest wish that as I live my life in heaven, that I always consider the health of the many people that live in your world, that I do my utmost to not only research health from my world, but I also give the information via Gail, so that as many people can be included in the knowledge that I am imparting. I thank you as always. So Gail speaking, yes, he's right. I have got a degree in nutritional therapy, and so he is talking about knowledge that I am aware of, and I have to say that I am passionate about nutrition, and I feel that I agree with Saint Sebastian that by having a healthy diet, it can avoid many health issues that you perhaps would get if you weren't eating healthily. So thank you, Saint Sebastian, for reminding us all of eating a healthy diet. And thank you for watching, and see you on Thursday. Okay, goodbye.